finished Swansea City 2, Sunderland 1. Swansea deserved the win. They were the best. Before we start the match review and my rant on Sunderland's hierarchy, Swansea 1-2-1. They were the better team. They deserved to win the game of football. They have strikers, we don't. We haven't been with the striker now. When was the last time? I think when Sunderland played against Bury, Ross Stewart got injured. The next game against Reading, Sims got injured. We haven't got a third striker. We do have kids. We have Max, the young lad. Is it Max, I think his name is, who was a striker. We've got Bennett, who scores goals for Costa Rica. Up front, in the box, getting around the box, scores goals. But at a club Sunderland size, we were in 7th place. We were in 6th place with no strikers. We must be the only club in the whole of the fucking, you know, construction of all the leagues in England not to have a striker. You come on, tell me if you have a club that doesn't have a striker. Now, as much as I love Sunderland, if I was the manager of the club, I didn't have a striker, I'd be asking the question, why? Why has a club of the Sunderland's wealth, the fan base, the 40,000 home fans, the 3,000 to 5,000 sell-out away fans at the club, how come the club hasn't got a striker? What? Does our owners Mickey Mouse? Do our owners have any idea how to run a club? Christian Speakman, you know, why aren't you knocking on KLD's door, knocking on Wan Sartori's door and saying, you know we haven't got a striker. We're not going to be able to score goals. We've had 2 0-0 draws against Preston and Blackpool. We're playing against Swansea away, against a good time. Swansea's striker scores 1 every 2 goals. We don't have a striker. We couldn't corners. It's okay. KLD swanning off to Uruguay. He's gone to Uruguay to talk to Wan Sartori. Fuck knows why. Free holiday. God knows why. But your club is in free fall. Whether you like it or not, the players are doing pretty good, you know. But when you got no focal point up front, you can score goals from midfield now and again, but eventually the goals will run dry. It'll go dry in the well. You won't be able to score goals, and we'll lose football games. We've lost the day. You know, I think we'll finish mid-table. That was with strikers, and we're dropping places today. And I think we'll continue to drop places because we struggled at home to score goals without actually a striker. Now, how do we combat this? Do we put Bennett up front? Tony Mowbray today decided to bring Bennett on, even though he wanted Bennett on the left-hand side. He put him on the right, and Bennett was absolutely nil effective on the right. Didn't do anything in the match whatsoever, at all. At all. It was a pointless substitution. You may as well have kept Roberts on over there because Bennett didn't do anything. He's not a right-handed sided player. He better on the left-hand side or even down the middle. Pointless substitution. If I was Tony Mowbray, I had no strikers at the club, I'd be saying, KLD, Sartori, get me a fucking striker. Get me a fucking striker in this club. Get me a free agent. Let me go up there and find somebody who is free to come into this club, who can actually put the ball in the back of the net. Some a focal point up front. But no, we know it's typical Sunderland. Typical Sunderland without being too nasty about it. Typical Sunderland to go about it in a lethargic way and not bother with a striker. We'll make do. We'll make do. Our loanee's gone back to Everton, having the scans. Our best striker we've had for a long time is injured till after the World Cup. We'll manage without the striker until December. No, we'll manage without the striker now. It doesn't matter. We don't care. You know, the owners don't care. they'll manage without a striker, without paying any money until January. And by January, we could be in free fall in the bottom half of the table. If we survive the Championship this season, I'll be happy. Hand on heart. Hand on, the way I feel at this moment in time, hand on heart, if we survive the Championship this season, I'd be over the moon. Because I don't see us going anywhere. It's not fucking rocket science. I mean, come on. It's like NFL football without a quarterback. What fucking team doesn't have a quarterback? So what team doesn't? What team? Even your fucking Mickey Mouse fucking walking football. And I'm not saying that in a demonstrative time away. You know, walking football for the over 60s, it's good exercise, and I get it. And one day I would like to do it myself. But even walking football, five-a-side football down at Shildon FC would have a striker. And we don't have a striker. And we're in the Championship. We're in the Championship and we're trying to get in the Premier League without a striker. It's absolutely fucking embarrassing. It is. Newcastle won 5-1 today. Middlesbrough lost. You know, end of the day, today's match, you know, we played 11 players with no striker. As much as you want, you know, as much as you want to be hopeful, the substitutions today from Tony Mowbray made no difference. It made the team worse, to be fair. It made the team worse. Barr came on, Ahmad came on, never had a touch hardly. Matete came on, pointless. Bennett came on the right-hand side. I don't understand what he was trying to do. We were better with the 11 players on in the second half for the first 20 minutes. When we made the substitutions, we made the team a lot worse and Swansea came back into the game. Simple as. So that for me says that the substitutions who came on are not good enough in the positions to replace the players who played in the first 75 minutes, 60 minutes. In the first half, the players didn't turn up. Them players should be ashamed of themselves. They didn't put in a performance. Gooch gave the ball away left, right, centre. Luke O'Nien scored an own goal. There's only one play out there that stands. There's only one play out there that actually tells me they want to be a Sunderland player. That actually plays with passion and pride. It's Patterson. Anthony Patterson. You know, 2 deflected goals. Cannot be blamed for any of those goals today. Anthony Patterson is Sunderland's best standout player by a fucking country mile this season. Anthony Patterson is the only player out there for me that gives it weight, that is really putting in a shift. And you may say I'm being harsh. Some players do well some games, but today they didn't. He made 3. It could have been 6-1 today. Patterson made the saves. The rest of the players, walk off with your heads down. Feel ashamed of yourselves. Didn't put in a performance in the first half. You came on second half and then you turned up. Whatever Tony Mowbray said second half for the half-time team talk, it worked until he made the substitutions. Then Tony Mowbray mucked up by putting Bennett on the right-hand side, for fuck's sake. He's a left-hand sided player and he should be in the middle, at worst, as a striker. Put Bennett up top in the penalty box. There's nobody else to go there. This club is a joke. This club I love, and thousands are really well dedicated, you know, money wasting. I say money wasting as in like they go away and they're ploughing money to this club. These Sunderland fans ploughing money to this club, to this hierarchy. They plough hundreds of pounds a season into Sunderland. They really do. And to be honest, they don't get what they deserve. They get an ownership at this club that really wants to do well. But with no striker, we don't. With no striker, we don't. You know, it's been 3 or 4 weeks now. It just should have been corrected now. Give Tony Mowbray the licence. If I was a manager, I'd be knocking on that fucking ownership door now and saying, where is my striker? Let me go up there and find a free agent for the time being. Free agents are free for a reason. Yes, I know they're not great, but we can bring somebody in who can do a job. Frustrated. I am frustrated. It's not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. Swansea are a good side and deserve to be where they are at this moment in time. And well done, Swansea. Well done. You've turned your season around. I predicted Swansea top 6 and they will be. I'm just worried about us going forward without a striker. We can't score goals. Clark scored the goal today. Well done, Clark. You scored that goal. Well done. I don't even know if I made it any... Does any of this make sense to you? Any of it make sense? I am disappointed. Very disappointed. I mean, imagine those away fans coming back from that match today thinking, what on earth have I just watched? But anyway, thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Take care. God bless me. God go with you. Please subscribe. What do we do? What do we do? What, you tell me. You're the Sunderland fans. You tell me. Do we go up there and get another striker in? Do we play somebody who you think could perform as a striker out of position slightly? Do we bring in the young lad from the under-23s, Max? That's his name. Tony Mowbray says he's 20 years of age. He's not mature enough to play in the first team. But Bennett, who's 18, is. How does that work? You let me know in the comments below. Who do you want to see in for the next match for Sunderland as a striker? Because we're missing somebody to put the ball in the back of the net. You know what it is? Thank God there's a World Cup. Thank God there's a World Cup. Because if there wasn't, I think we'd be knackered by January. I really do. Right then, get into the gate. Take care. Thank you. I'm going to go now because I'm just mumbling on. Thanks for watching the video. Take care. God bless me. God go with you. And we'll see you next time on The Mad Mistake. Thank you.